everybody, and welcome back to a new video on At Home with Sophia. Today we are going to be making strawberry infused creme brulee. This is going to be delicious and the best dessert you have ever had. So let's get started. The things you're going to need are 3 egg yolks. Make sure they're yolks, not the whole egg, just the egg yolks. You're going to need 5 strawberries. You're going to need a cup of milk. You're also going to need 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. You're also going to need a 1/3 cup of sugar, and you're also going to need a tablespoon of butter, but you're going to need more for later when we butter up the little dish that we put the pastry cream into. So let's get started with the first step. Okay, so the first step is to cut your strawberries, put them in the milk so it could infuse into the pot. If you don't know how to cut a strawberry, here is how. So first what you're going to do is make sure you have a washed and dried strawberry. Then you're going to get a knife and you're going to cut off just the stem. Then you're going to get the beginning of the knife, or whatever you want to call it, and you just kind of, what I call, you make a circle and connect it around to get the inner part out, like that, and then just throw that away. And then I'm going to just cut it in quarters so it's easier to get out all of the flavors from the strawberry. Another way you can do it is you could cut the stem off, and then you can use one of these things, and it's a little like strawberry picker thingamajig. And you go in, twist, and then I'm gonna cut the rest of these and put it in my pan. Okay everybody, so now what I'm going to do is put in the milk into the saucepan. Also, if you want to follow along with me, the ingredients are down in the description down below in the measurements. Then I'm going to add in my quartered up strawberries. There was a little stem there. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of vanilla, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the stove for about 10 minutes and occasionally mix it up so it doesn't like scald on the top. And yeah, see you in about 10 minutes. Okay everybody, so now what you're going to need are your 3 eggs. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add in your sugar. Now before you add in your sugar, you want to make sure that you whisk it up before it hardens on the top, because if you don't, it kind of gets like, I don't know, it just kind of like hardens up. So what you want to do is you want to whisk this up until it gets nice and fluffy, because right now it's just kind of this yellow mixture. You want to whisk it up until it gets nice and pale. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get your cornstarch and you're going to add it in after your mixture got nice and pale. You're just gonna, oopsies. And you're just going to slowly mix it up so it doesn't get out of the bowl. So now once I finished this, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. And you know when the milk is ready also, if it's not done by the 10 minutes, is when the strawberries lose a lot of its pink and red color. Okay everybody, so now what you're going to do is add in the egg yolk mixture into the milk mixture and mix it up until it starts to thicken. Okay everybody, so once you start seeing the first couple of bubbles, immediately take it off of the heat because you don't want it to cook any further. So that is what I'm going to do. Looks nice and silky, smooth, yum-alicious. Okay, so I'm going to transfer this and I'll see you in a second. Hey everybody, so I just took this off of the stove and it is time to give it a little taste test to see if it tastes like strawberry but still has that nice, creamy, luscious, a hint of vanilla flavor. So let's try it out. That is so good. It is so creamy, so light and airy, but it still has a nice essence of strawberry, and it just tastes like natural, if that makes sense. And it is so good. It's not too strong where it overpowers everything, and that's the only thing you can think of when you're eating it. But it's a nice thing that you don't have to search for the flavor either. It's just kind of there, and it's really good. Which reminds me, if you make this dessert, make sure to hashtag @HomeWithSophia on my Instagram, @HomeWithSophia, and I can see all of your amazing desserts and I can feature them on my channel. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, I hit my 50 subscriber goal, and I am so excited and I am so happy, and I even made cookies to celebrate, and I want to thank every one of you for making this possible. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe down below so you can get a notification every other time I post a new video. Okay, let's get on with this. So now what you're going to do is add in a tablespoon of softened butter. And this one was kind of like broken up, but it's still a tablespoon. And then leave the other tablespoon for later when we butter the like ramekins or whatever you want to call it. And now I'm just gonna whisk this up. A lot of people do this with their pastry cream, and what they do is they make a whipped cream on the side, which is just heavy whipping cream and powdered sugar. And then you just blend it up, and then you add it and incorporate it into this. So it's like a whipped pastry cream. Or they just have it straight up like this. So you can do either one. You can just put it in like this, or you can add in whipped cream, whichever one you prefer. So I am just going to stick with this, but if you want to make it more of a fluffy and not so much of a creamy and dense, then I would recommend going that route. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a container, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, everybody, so now I have a container and my pastry cream, and this is totally optional, but I recommend it because it helps bring the flavor out a little bit more, and I personally think the texture gets better over time when you put it into the fridge. So what I'm going to do, this is delicious. So now what you're going to do is, pastry cream likes to leave a film on the top of it when it goes in the refrigerator. So what I do is I get some saran wrap, and I just gently place it on the top of it. Now the pastry cream is looking good, so now I am going to plop this in the fridge for just 30 minutes. You could leave it in there up to 2 days, but just for making creme brulee, the minimum you can leave it up to in the fridge is 30 minutes if you're putting it in the fridge and you want to see a better outcome. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, and I will see you in 30 minutes. Hey everybody, so I just took the pastry cream out of the fridge, and it is looking delicious. It is like the texture and consistency is like on point. And I also buttered the dish so it would be easier to come out when you're eating it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top. And you actually want more, like when you're sprinkling it on, it looks like a lot of sugar, but you actually want more sugar than you think. So here's a photo of what it looks like because it's hard to hear. So you want to completely cover it. Here, shake it up, make sure it's nice and even. And now I am going to torch it. And this torch is called a propane torch, and it's big, but I recommend using the little torches. This is just the only thing I had, so it's like this size of me. but I recommend using the smaller one. So let's get started. Okay everybody, so I have finished the video for today. Thank you for watching and following along, and make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell down below so every time I post a new video, you will receive a notification. Also, I did an example of it being with more sugar and cooked a little bit more, and then with less sugar and being cooked a little bit less, so you could see the different ways it could be cooked and how you would want it to be torched. So thank you all for watching and have a great day. Bye.